Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're setting our sights on Thailand. It's celebrated not just for its beauty, but as this world-renowned destination for weddings.
Exactly, a huge draw.
Yeah, so we'll be exploring the research, looking at its, cultural tapestry, the landscapes, and those wedding traditions that pull couples in from all over.
Right. And if you've ever been curious about, say, the appeal of destination weddings, or maybe just daydreaming about an unforgettable experience, this is definitely for you.
We're aiming to go beyond just the postcard images.
We really are. We want to understand the traditions, the amazing venues, and even the practical side of things that make Thailand such a top choice.
We've been digging into an article that really analyzes Thailand's place in the global wedding tourism market. So our mission today is to figure out why Thailand has become so prominent. What are its unique offerings? What kind of experiences does it provide?
Okay.
So let's unpack this. What's the big shift? What are couples looking for now that makes Thailand stand out?
Well, what's really interesting is this fundamental shift in what people want. Couples seem to be increasingly seeking these really memorable, unique experiences.
I'm moving away from the standard local ceremony.
Kind of, yeah. Or at least wanting something more than just geographically convenient. It seems to stem from wanting to mark this huge life event with, well, a sense of adventure maybe, creating memories that really stand out.
And that's where Thailand seems to hit the mark, doesn't it? The article mentions its exotic charm, the deep cultural heritage, and those, well, stunning landscapes.
Absolutely. It paints this picture of nature and tradition just perfectly intertwined, an ideal setting for the wedding and the honeymoon.
Why do you think that exotic charm resonates so much? Is it just escapism, great photos, or something, deeper?
That's a good question. I think it taps into a few things. There's definitely an element of escape, creating a wedding that feels worlds away. But it also seems to speak to this desire for authenticity, for meaning. The exotic charm isn't just on the surface. It feels rooted in centuries of tradition, a unique cultural vibe that's, well, pretty compelling for such a big moment.
Yeah, I get that. The article even brings up the agricultural roots of Thai weddings, some rituals going back thousands of years, drawing on different regional customs.
Thousands of years. It really puts the longevity into perspective, doesn't it?
It does. What does that deep history mean for a modern couple choosing Thailand?
I think it adds this layer of real significance. Beyond just the beautiful scenery, there's this feeling of connecting to a long history of commitment, of celebration. These ancient roots offer a kind of gravitas, a cultural richness that many couples find really meaningful. It's something truly different from, say, more contemporary wedding styles.
So it's not just a pretty backdrop then, there's real depth. Yeah. And this idea of finding something different and exotic you just can't get at home, that clearly hits home. The article also notes Thai weddings are maybe particularly suited for Asian or Asian-themed celebrations. Why is that?
Well, that points to how cultural resonance is a big factor. Couples wanting to honor or reflect Asian heritages often find Thailand's aesthetic and traditions just naturally align with their values.
Oh, okay.
There's a sort of built-in comfort level, maybe, even within the exotic setting.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, the article draws a line between destination weddings focused on the ceremony and broader wedding tourism, which involves longer stays for guests, more of a travel experience. How well does Thailand handle both?
Oh, it excels at both, really. For couples just focused on the ceremony, the infrastructure is there, amazing venues, all of it.
Right.
But its appeal goes way beyond that. The culture, the scenery, that famous Thai hospitality, it all encourages guests to stay longer.
Yeah.
It turns the wedding into a much more immersive trip.
Okay, so the appeal is clear. Let's dive into that historical significance a bit more. Traditional Thai marriage, the article says, was rooted in tradition, culture, even linked to agricultural partnerships. This sounds very practical.
It really was, historically. With limited trade and communication back then, partnerships were often based on practical things, age, suitability for farm work, that sort of thing.
And within that, the wedding ceremonies became these deeply ingrained, sacred practices that held the community together.
Precisely.
And traditionally, it was all centered around the bride and groom's home, guided by this principle of time-old address. That sounds fascinating. What's behind that?
Yeah, it is interesting. So time was about auspicious timing, often based on astrology. Old represented the established customs, traditions passed down. And address signified the importance of the family's location, their community.
So it really underscores how communal these weddings were. The whole village was involved?
Absolutely. Even the village headman often helped schedule things to ensure good luck for everyone.
But the article also mentions wartime periods leading to a decline in some authentic customs, things becoming maybe more superficial.
Yes, that's a sad reality of conflict. Periods like the Ayutthaya era understandably disrupted society. While the source doesn't list specific customs lost, you can imagine elaborate rituals, community feasts, might have been simplified or lost focus during hardship.
A loss of some deeper meanings, perhaps?
Potentially, yes.
But despite modern influences like exchanging rings, which is more Western, many traditional customs seem to have survived, like the water pouring ceremony, the Rodnam saying with the symbolic money. That sounds incredibly meaningful.
It's really quite remarkable how resilient these core traditions are. While new things like rings are integrated, fundamental practices like the water pouring have kept their significance.
Right.
That act symbolizes lifelong care, and it's cherished across different regions in Thailand.
And those regional variations add even more uniqueness, don't they? It's not just one single way of doing things.
Not at all. That diversity is a real strength. Each area has its own nuances, its own rituals, adding to this rich tapestry of wedding traditions across the country.
Now, the article suggests that while the customs remain strong, maybe specific Buddhist mantras or beliefs are less central to the marriage principles now. It's more about keeping the traditions themselves alive.
I think that reflects a broader evolution you see in many societies. While Buddhism is still a huge cultural influence, the main reasons behind marriage have become perhaps a bit more secular for many. But the fact that these traditional customs are still so widely practiced shows their enduring cultural value, their importance in marking this major life change.
Okay, let's shift gears to something really captivating, the unique wedding venues. The article talks about this trend for innovative settings, unforgettable experiences, and no surprise, Thailand's natural landscape is a massive draw.
Oh, absolutely. This is where Thailand really shines in the destination wedding world. Couples aren't just looking for a nice view, they want an immersive experience, a unique story for their day.
And Thailand's landscapes and architecture offer just that.
Exactly. A stunning range of options to personalize their story.
The variety is pretty amazing. Luxurious beach resorts, Phuket, Krabi, Samui. You can just picture those sea views.
The classic tropical dream.
All the way to historical temples and palaces. It's quite a spectrum.
It really is. The beach resorts offer that quintessential romance, the peace. The perfect beaches, sun, blue sea, coconut palms.
Yeah.
The article rightly points out the great accommodation, fresh food, those clear, wide beaches. Imagining a Christian wedding on a pavilion over the water, Andaman Islands in the background. It's designed to be that perfect, often luxurious escape.
And then the complete opposite, historical temples, palaces, what Haroon gets a mention, blending ancient architecture with modern ceremonies. That sounds special.
It truly is. Think about a short religious ceremony in the sacred Ubosat, then maybe dinner or hospitality out in the courtyard. It's the elegance of the history, a backdrop you just can't build new.
Right.
That nested back courtyard apparently offers a really intimate feel. And it's interesting, even arranging to have the temple bells rung requires going through official channels. A donation. It shows the temple standing.
And the Grand Palace, used for ceremonial necessities, registration. Sounds maybe more formal?
Yes, it operates under stricter guidelines. Most activities are in courtyard areas, and you have to be mindful of restrictions, like during royal birthdays or a period in November. Events are usually mornings only.
Okay.
But still, the sheer history of the place, the temple within its grounds, housing priceless artifacts, it just imbues any event with this profound sense of history.
So whether it's toes in the sand or surrounded by centuries of history, Thailand really seems to have a setting for every dream.
It certainly does.
Okay, let's move beyond the venue itself. Traditional Thai wedding ceremonies, the article stresses it's not just one event, but a whole series.
That's a really key takeaway. A traditional Thai wedding is more like a cultural journey. It often starts with the legal part vows at the local district office, the amphor, or maybe a church. Then moves into the more culturally rich ceremonies, ending with that Bai Sri Suksan celebration with the whole community later in the afternoon.
And two central ceremonies are highlighted, the Maak procession and Rodnam Sang. Let's start with Maak. Sounds like quite a show, the groom's family processing to the bride's place.
It's incredibly lively and symbolic. The Maak signifies the family's joining, the groom formally asking for the bride's hand.
And the traditional costumes.
Yeah.
Some hundreds of years old. Wow.
Yes, worn as a sign of deep respect. and often accompanied by traditional Thai music, especially those resonant gongs leading the way. It's quite something.
And the bride's family actively welcomes them. It's all about showing warmth and hospitality.
Absolutely. They welcome the groom's party, and the groom's side brings traditional offerings, symbolic things like betel leaves, flowers, areca nuts, tea leaves.
What do those represent?
They symbolize cultural harmony, the groom's respect for the bride's family and culture. They're usually symbolic gifts for her family, too. It's this thoughtful exchange underlining family ties.
I love the detail about regional differences, like putting sand in the road and Konkan, little things that speak volumes.
Exactly.
And the festive vibe at the bride's home, feasting, dancing, even some playful teasing, sounds like a proper community celebration.
It really is. The teasing is actually seen as praise for the bride's beauty, a communal way to celebrate their love. It adds to the whole joyful atmosphere.
Okay, now the Radnam sang ceremony pouring blessed water. The article mentions its emotional weight, the symbolism of the conch shell, scented water, a fresh start.
The Rodnam saying is deeply moving. The name itself means ceremonial water sharing. Gently pouring the scented water over their hands symbolizes a new beginning, washing away past troubles. It's a moment that really emphasizes the couple's connection and their respect for their families.
And special guests, parents, in-laws singing traditional songs, tying those Sai monks the threads onto their wrists while giving advice. That sounds like a powerful way to give blessings.
It really is. The Sai monks represent good luck, the community's collective good wishes. Tying them, later attaching money, it's all symbolic, bestowing blessings, guidance, support as they start their life together.
Beautiful. Okay, shifting to the practicalities again. The legal requirements for foreigners marrying in Thailand. Sounds like a few key steps.
Yes, definitely need to be aware of the legal process. As the article says, foreigners must get a certificate of no impediment from their embassy in Thailand first.
Right, and that usually needs passports, maybe divorce or death certificates, plus embassy fees.
Correct. And you also need a valid Thai visa, plus a certification from Thai immigration proving you're not residing there illegally, basically confirming your non-immigrant status.
Seems like a bit of paperwork. Why those specific documents?
It's really to ensure the marriage is valid under Thai law and also meets international standards. The certificate basically says, yep, no legal reason back home why this person can't get married. The visa and immigration surnumber verify their legal status in Thailand.
Okay, so once you have that certificate, it needs translating.
Yes, by the Department of Consular Affairs, or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Bangkok, typically, or maybe approved local translators elsewhere.
And that translated document gets sent to the local AMFR, the district office where the marriage gets registered.
That's right. And the actual registration happens at the AMFR office. You need 2 witnesses, and at least one has to be a Thai citizen.
And the article mentions needing representation from Thai legal counsel and the Pension Criminal Court.
Yes, it seems to be part of the formal process to ensure everything is legally sound.
And there's a legal obligation to register if the couple has kids, plus some exceptions for foreigners on certain visas. It sounds like couples really need to do their homework well in advance.
Absolutely. International legal stuff can feel complicated, so getting advice from your embassy and maybe local Thai legal experts is highly recommended.
Definitely. Okay, so Thailand has the scenery, the traditions, the legal framework. But how do they market all this so effectively to the world? What are the strategies?
Well, they really play to their strengths. Culture, tradition, nature. These are the unique selling points they push to an international audience that's actively looking for something different, something memorable.
And targeting international markets means maybe less competition, a bigger audience?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
And they package it beautifully. Attractive deals covering everything from the ceremony to the honeymoon, often featuring those amazing Andaman sea views or private villas.
Yeah, those packages sound tempting.
They really emphasize the key draws. Those southern beaches, the northern mountains, cultural sites, luxury hotels, bamboo huts, remote islands, amazing food, traditional bands, religious rituals, even vow renewals with candle lighting.
The whole Sawasdi blessing with flower petals, it creates such a romantic, culturally rich image.
Exactly. They're selling a whole unforgettable experience, weaving the unique Thai way of life into the appeal.
So whether you want just the ceremony at a resort or temple or the legal wedding at the AMFR, they offer options.
A whole spectrum. And by showcasing local products, authentic Thai experiences, they create lasting memories that lead to word-of-mouth recommendations too.
Right. So bringing it all together then, it seems Thailand's success really comes down to this amazing blend. Natural beauty, deep cultural traditions, diverse venues, and services geared towards international couples.
That sums it up perfectly. From ancient temple rituals to stunning beach ceremonies, Thailand offers something truly unique. It's the detail in those traditions, the cultural values underneath, that make it so special.
And hopefully, for you listening, this deep dive has given you a richer sense of why Thailand holds such a prominent place in the world of destination weddings, highlighting those intricate details, those cultural values.
Which does make you wonder, doesn't it? With these traditions being so enduring and Thailand's appeal so strong, what does the future hold for destination weddings as cultures continue to mix and evolve? Is Thailand's model maybe a kind of blueprint for other countries looking to share their own unique heritage of love and celebration with the world? Something to think about.